Government forms Judicial Inquiry Committee to investigate attack on leaders and activists of Nurul Haque's party, says CA's press secretary. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus to meet BNP, Jamaat and NCP tomorrow afternoon to discuss current situation and upcoming general election. Fake audio call of Home Advisor regarding attack on Noor was AI generated. Legal action to be taken against rumour mongers, says her ministry. Interim government adopts cost-effective measures in power and energy sector. More than 14,000 crore taka saved in the past year. International Day of the Victims of Enforced Disappearance is observed today, seeking justice for victims during fascist Awami League regime. Dhaka University campus abuzz as Daksu election campaign continues with festivity and enthusiasm. Israeli forces launch major attacks, declaring Gaza city a war zone. Daily humanitarian break no longer effective. Israel kills at least 50 Palestinians today. And in Sylhet, Bangladesh beat Netherlands by 8 wickets in the first T20 of 3-match series. Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is News at 10 on BTV News. I'm Imtiaz Ahmed Siddiqui with you. You just heard the highlights. Let's move on to the details of those and other stories. Gano Adhikar Parishad President Nurul Haque, who is undergoing treatment at the Intensive Care Unit ICU of Dhaka Medical College Hospital, has regained consciousness. However, he is not yet out of danger, said Dr. Zahir Raihan at the Neurosurgery Department. He said this in a briefing on Noor's latest physical condition this morning. Gano Adhikar Parishad President Nurul Haque was seriously injured in the incident of clash at Haque in the capital last night. Dhaka Medical College has formed a 6-member medical board for the treatment of Nurul Haque. The medical board included specialist physicians and director of the hospital, Brigadier General Muhammad Asaduzzaman. Meanwhile, BNP Health Affairs Secretary Dr. Rafiqul Islam and Standing Committee member Dr. Abdul Muin Khan visited Dhaka Medical College Hospital to see the condition of Nurul Haque. They inquired about his treatment and talked to his family members. On the other hand, at a press conference in front of the party office, Gano Adhikar Parishad General Secretary Rashid Khan raised the demand to ban Jatiya Party. The interim government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh strongly condemns the brutal attack on Nurul Haque, the president of the Gano Adhikar Parishad and a prominent leader of the July uprising, and also a tireless advocate of democracy, justice and the rights of the people. Such acts of violence are an assault not only on Mr. Noor, but also on the spirit of the democratic movement that brought the nation together in its historic struggle for justice and accountability. The interim government assures the people of Bangladesh that a thorough and impartial investigation into this heinous incident will be conducted with utmost urgency. No individual, regardless of influence or position, will be spared from accountability. Justice will be delivered transparently and swiftly. In the immediate term, the Specialized Medical Board has been formed to oversee the treatment of Mr. Noor and other injured members of his party. The government is committed to ensuring that they receive the highest standard of medical care. Should their conditions require it, they will be flown abroad for advanced treatment at state expense. The nation's prayers and solidarity remain with Noor, injured members of his party and their families during this critical time. Nurul Haque played a historic role during the 2018 anti-quota protests against the fascist regime of the Sheikh Hasina. As a student leader, he mobilized the youth, uniting diverse voices and standing fearlessly against injustice. He was arrested and brutally tortured in custody during the July uprising, when his role symbolized the collective aspiration of our people for a free, fair and democratic Bangladesh. His courage and sacrifices will forever remain part of our nation's history. At this moment, the interim government calls for unity among all political and social forces that took part in July uprising. The unity is essential to protect the gains of our struggle to resist all conspiracies against the people's mandate and to ensure our successful transition to democracy. Finally, the interim government reaffirms in the strongest possible terms that the national election will be held on time in the first half of February 2026. This is a solemn commitment of the interim government to the people of Bangladesh. All conspiracies, obstructions or attempts to delay or derail the election will be firmly resisted by the interim government and our democracy-loving patriotic people. The people's will shall prevail and no evil force will be allowed to undermine our march to democracy. The government has formed a judicial inquiry committee headed by a judge of the High Court Division to investigate the brutal attack on the leaders and activists of the organization, including the president of the Gano Odhikar Porishod, Nurul. Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam said this while briefing reporters in front of the State Guest House, Jamuna, today. He said that the Chief Advisor has inquired about the treatment of Nurul, president of the Gano Odhikar Porishod. At this time, he instructed the concerned to ensure the best possible treatment for the injured, including Noor, and said that if necessary, Nurul would be sent abroad for better treatment. The Press Secretary said the Chief Advisor will meet with BNP, Jamaat-e-Islami and NCP tomorrow afternoon to discuss the current situation and the upcoming parliamentary elections.
প্রধান উপদেষ্টার নেতৃত্বে একটি ইম্পর্টেন্ট মিটিং হয়েছে যমুনাতে। তো মিটিংয়ে বেশ কিছু সিদ্ধান্ত হয়। তার মধ্যে প্রথম সিদ্ধান্ত হচ্ছে যে কালকের যে ঘটনা ঘটলো, আপনারা জানেন গণ অধিকার পরিষদের প্রেসিডেন্ট নুরুলের উপরে ন্যাক্কারজনক একটা অ্যাটাক হয়। উনি অসুস্থ, ওনাকে খুব ঢাকা মেডিকেলে ওনাকে চিকিৎসা হচ্ছেন। তো এই ঘটনার উপরে একটি জুডিশিয়াল তদন্তের সিদ্ধান্ত হয়েছে এবং এই তদন্ত ইম্পার্শিয়াল জুডিশিয়াল তদন্তটা করবেন হচ্ছে একজন হাইকোর্টের জাস্টিসের নেতৃত্বে এই তদন্ত হবে। চিফ অ্যাডভাইজার ইনজুর্ড নূরকে ফোন দিয়েছিলেন। প্রথমে ওনার ওয়াইফ ধরেছিলেন, তারপরে নূরের সাথে কথাও হয়েছে। উনি তার সমবেদনা জানিয়েছেন। উনি নূর এবং নূরের সহকর্মী যারা আহত হয়েছেন তাদের প্রতি সমবেদনা জানিয়েছেন। যারা গতকাল আহত হয়েছেন প্রত্যেকের বেস্ট পসিবল চিকিৎসার অ্যাসুরেন্স দিয়েছেন। বলেছেন যে এটার জন্য নূরের জন্য অলরেডি আপনারা দেখেছেন যে একটা মেডিকেল বোর্ড গঠন করা হয়েছে এবং অন্যান্য যারা ইনজুর্ড হয়েছেন সবাইকে যেন বাংলাদেশের সর্বোচ্চ সবচেয়ে ভালো চিকিৎসা পান সেটা এনশিওর করার উনি বলেছেন। এবং উনি নূরকে বলেছেন যে এই ঘটনার জুডিশিয়াল তদন্ত হবে, উনি ওনাকে জানিয়েছেন। আর যদি প্রয়োজন হয় কারো চিকিৎসার জন্য তাহলে সেক্ষেত্রে দেখা যাচ্ছে যে বাংলাদেশের থেকে বেটার বাইরে চিকিৎসার প্রয়োজন হলে তাকে বিদেশেও পাঠানো হবে, উনি এটা বলেছেন। মিটিংয়ের আর একটা ডিসিশন ছিল যে আগামীকাল কিছু রাজনৈতিক দলের সাথে আমাদের চিফ অ্যাডভাইজার বসবেন। বর্তমান পরিস্থিতি এবং ইলেকশন নিয়ে আলাপ আলোচনা হবে। আগামীকাল 3টার সময় বিএনপির সাথে মিটিং আছে, 4:30টায় জামাত এবং সন্ধ্যা 6টায় এনসিপি।
The Home Ministry, in a statement today, strongly protested circulating a fake and AI-generated audio call in the name of Home Affairs Advisor, Lieutenant General Retired Mohammad Jahangir Alam Chaudhry, on social media, including Facebook. In fact, this is not the voice of the Home Advisor. It is an AI, artificial intelligence, or otherwise generated, distorted voice. An aware person who recognizes the voice of the Home Advisor will understand that this is not his voice, the statement said. The Home Ministry has warned of taking strict legal action against the people responsible for such misdeeds after identifying them. The Home Ministry has called upon all to stop creating such fake audio records or fake content and spreading those on social media. Otherwise, action will be taken against them according to the law, the statement added. The 15th International Day of the Victims of Enforced Disappearances was observed across the globe today. In December 2010, the United Nations adopted the International Convention for the Protection of All Persons from Enforced Disappearance at its conference, declaring August 30 as the day to remember victims of enforced disappearances. To mark the day, Haque, an organization of families of disappeared persons along with several human rights groups, has arranged different programs. Meanwhile, a roundtable discussion was held today at a hotel in the capital to mark the day. The event was jointly organized by Commission of Inquiry on Enforced Disappearances and the UN Commission on Justice and Human Rights. The discussants included Law Advisor Dr. Nurul, Industries Ministry Advisor Adil Rahman Khan, Chief of Mission of the UN Commission on Justice and Human Rights Huma Khan, Chief Prosecutor of the International Crimes Tribunal Tajul Islam, along with the families of disappeared and human rights defenders. The session was presided over by Justice Moinul Islam Chaudhry, Chairman of the Disappearance Commission, while the keynote paper was presented by Commission member Dr. Nabila Idris. Speakers stressed the importance of ensuring justice and accountability for enforced disappearances and killings, while also calling for effective measures to prevent such incidents in the future. A team of delegates from South Asian for Human Rights SAHR called on Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus at the State Guest House Jamuna today. The delegation included Roshni Goswami, co-chairperson of the Sahar, human rights activist Sarup Ijaz of Pakistan, Diksha Ilanga Singhe, Anushaya Khalur of Sri Lanka, and Saeed Ahmed of Bangladesh. Law Advisor Asif Nazrul, Housing and Public Works Advisor Adil Rahman Khan, and Social Welfare Advisor Sharmeen S. Murshid were also present at the meeting. They discussed the ongoing democratic transition and human rights situation in Bangladesh and the broader South Asian region. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus emphasized the pivotal role of youth in shaping the country's future. Roshni Goswami described the current moment as a transformative time, not just for Bangladesh, but for all of South Asia. Expectations from this government are very high, especially among the younger generation, she said. The delegation lauded the interim government's reform initiatives and its commitment to ensuring human rights. They also commended the government's efforts to facilitate a smooth democratic transition. Memories of Disappearance, a photography exhibition portraying the inner struggles of families of those who have been subjected to enforced disappearances over the past 17 years. The exhibition, featuring photographs by photojournalist Mushfiqur Rahman Johan, has been organized by the platform Haque. It began on August 22 at Manikme Avenue in Haque and will continue till 9 p.m. on August 31. According to Ain o Shalish Kendro, 384 people remain missing to this day. The Commission on Disappearances has also stated that the number of the disappeared exceeds 300. Those through Johan's camera lens, the stories of these families spanning 15 to 16 years have been brought to light, covering their protest, their struggles, and the media's reporting on them. Visitors to the exhibition remarked that victims and their families are entitled to justice, compensation, and rehabilitation. They stressed the need for exemplary punishment of those responsible for enforced disappearances and called for effective measures to prevent such human rights violations in the future. The interim government has saved more than 14,000 crore taka in the country's power and energy sector over the past year. In addition, savings were made through several measures: 308 crore 13 lakh taka from contracts with Port Petrobangla and Oman-based Trading Limited, $350 million from forming a consortium with foreign banks, 240 crore 40 lakh taka from the purchase of stone blasting explosives, and 640 crore 71 lakh taka from an agreement with Haque. Petrobangla chairman said that the largest savings came from tender processes amounting to over 7,000 crore taka. He added that three key factors contributed to the overall success in cost reduction. Energy experts, however, cautioned that cost savings alone are not enough to bring about fundamental reforms. They emphasized that all ways of looting and misappropriation left behind by the previous government must be closed to ensure real change. Until 5th of August last year, the ousted Awami League government had turned the energy sector into a hotspot of corruption and plundering. During the Awami League's tenure, indemnity laws, syndicate control and tenderless contracts were rampant in the power and energy sector. Such irregularities facilitated institutional as well as personal crimes in the sector. BNP is determined to build an inclusive and secure Bangladesh with the participation of all ethnic groups. Joining virtually, BNP acting chairman Tariq Rahman said this at the National Representative Conference of Jatitwabadi Khudro Jati Goshti Dol in Mymensingh this afternoon. He said to protect the rights of everyone, whether in the hills or in the plains, participation of minority ethnic groups is in all committees of BNP has been ensured. Tariq Rahman said BNP believes that the Bangladesh belongs not only to Bengalis but also to all the ethnic groups residing legally. The party is determined to build a secure Bangladesh with all the ethnic groups, he added. The BNP top leader also said the interim government has already announced the cut line of the election with the aim of holding national parliamentary polls in February next. Tariq Rahman mentioned that if BNP comes to power, efforts will be made to ensure government job for the minority ethnic groups. And now international news.